So many words. The live stream is running now. But I am so excited to welcome everyone to our June 2026 Volunteer Appreciation and Matriculation Celebration. My name is Gwen Dudek. I am the Vice President of Program. When Harvey and I were talking a minute ago, he was going to introduce me as the Vice President of Development, and I thought, well, maybe that, and he can be Program, and it's all good. We'll just do that. But we are so grateful for everyone who's here with us today. You know, this mission would not be possible with the folks in this room. So we need our breeder caretakers. We need our volunteer puppy raisers. We need our fosters. We need our campus volunteers. We really need our donors. And of course, the staff that are here every day making the work possible. So grateful to see everyone. Today's a celebration of all of these efforts. And it's really focused on our breeder caretakers and our puppy raisers and celebrating the work that they've done to get the dogs ready for this next step in the dog's journey. Our journey for each of these puppies began with a breeder caretaker that welcomed a newborn puppy into their home. They kept them in mental and physical health for those first 8 weeks and really prepared them for the next step where they went on to be with a puppy raiser. Puppy raisers build on the early foundation that our breeder caretakers provide, right? So they're molding this young little puppy into a great adult dog that's ready to begin their professional training. So when you look at this whole process from the outside in, it looks pretty seamless. But as we all know, there's a little bit more to it that happens behind the scenes. So when we think about puppies, one of the first things we think about is the task of housebreaking, right? There's the schedule, the middle of the night wake-ups, the random bouts of diarrhea that you just keep you guessing. You're like, oh, what is going to happen today? I don't know. However, one day you realize that the puppy gets this whole housebreaking thing. And then this happens. Not bad. Thank you. Right? Yeah, like, fun game, guys. Let's go out. Let's go in. Let's go out. Let's go in. Of course, housebreaking happens the easiest when the puppy learns to accept the crate as its special little den. The phases of crate training are many, right? We throw the food in the kennel. We feed the dog in the kennel. We water the dog in the kennel. Still barking. We put the blanket over the kennel. We put the crate against the wall. We put the crate in the garage. We put the family in the garage. We put the crate in the bedroom. In the end, puppy raisers do persevere. Sorry, yes. Puppy raisers do persevere, and we're all the better for it. Our puppy raising materials and all the dog books that you'll ever read will talk about the developmental phases of a puppy. There's the neonate phase, the transitional phase, the socialization phase, adolescence. We'll talk about a fear period every now and then. But the phase not mentioned in any document is the velociraptor phase. No description needed. We all know what we're talking about here. Good news is the velociraptor phase does pass. And suddenly you realize that now the house is peaceful and quiet. It's never good, a quiet house with a puppy in it, right? That's just like with children. You're like, break is over. But time passes quickly, and soon we realize the mischievous puppy we once had has now matured. After all, 90% of having a dog is watching each other go to the bathroom and following each other around the house, wondering what the other one has in their mouth, right? But with this bathroom and wandering and wondering component, we get our companionship, right? Amazing companions. And this companionship changes our lives for the better, and we are grateful. Thank you. And this is our gift to others who will benefit from these dogs in their lives more than we will. A selfless gift that truly changes lives. This is what breeder caretaking and puppy raising is all about. And for all of you, we are so grateful. With that, I'm going to Amelia here is in the background. She's being technical support back here. So when she suddenly like rises, she's been back here hiding. But I am handing this over to our National Program Director, Amelia Wenner, to talk about our training department.
Hi, welcome everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today. Especially a huge thank you to our puppy raisers. We are very excited to welcome them into training, into our professional training. So just a little bit about what's going to happen is these dogs will come in for training and spend about 6 weeks doing some evaluations. These evaluations are both on and off campus, and it helps us determine which program they're best suitable for. And I'm sorry, I have to drink some water. I have very dry mouth today. So these dogs will do evaluations both on and off campus. And then after the 6-week period, we will determine which program that these dogs will be placed into. So that would be our hearing assistance dog program, autism assistance dog program, and our facility dog program. We also, during their time in training, they are play grouped every day with the other dogs that are in training. And then we do find a co-house buddy for them that they spend their evenings with in the kennel. And during training, they do both group training activities, individual training activities. And I guess the best way to talk more about training is to show you some of that training here in person. So here with us today, we have Dana and Melissa, who are both trainers with DBL. And Dana here has a certified hearing dog Warwick, and Warwick is going to do a hearing dog demonstration for you. Dana, is there anything that you would like to say, or would you like to just show the demonstration?
Hi, good morning.
So what we're going to do here is Dana is going to set an oven timer, and when the oven timer goes off, Warwick is going to source the sound, so you'll see him walk to the oven timer. He then will go back to Dana and tap her on the leg with his nose. That's the alert, and then he will bring her back to the oven timer. So that is the hearing sequence, and our hearing dogs do alert to 4 core sounds. So it's the oven timer, the smoke alarm, door knock, and the phone ringing. And then they do also, if they have the public access, so wearing the vest and going into public, they can also alert to the phone in public and dropping key items and saying, "Excuse me." So those are just our core sounds, but the dogs are able to learn a variety of sounds. We've had the dogs alert to honestly, even microwaves or the refrigerator when it beeps when you leave it open for too long. So they do learn more sounds when they're out with their client, and we can train them. After we match them with their client, we can spend a proofing period to be able to teach them more sounds than those core sounds. And then next we have Melissa, and Melissa has autism assistance dog B. B is going to be placed as an autism assistance dog, but the tasks that you'll see today are actually very similar for the facility dog tasks. Melissa, do you want to talk while you go, or do you want me to talk while you go? What's easier for you?
I can talk while I go if you want.
Can you all hear her okay?
Let me know if I need to scream a little bit louder, and I can definitely do that. So for Ms. B, her 4 core tasks, 2 of which are going to be, I'm going to show on this chair. See? I know. Sniff. So the first one is called Visit, and it's honestly one of her favorites. She's actually kind of happy doing it. Visit. So visit is just when the dog will place their head on to another person's lap. Usually it is like a child, and that's when they don't want to have like the full body, which is the lap position on them, just because sometimes they're a big dog and sometimes kids are very small. And this just helps apply some deep pressure therapy task work to help calm them. She does like to There we go. Now this is the other one that will also offer some deep pressure therapy task work too. And the person that she's performing this task on, they can pet them, they can kiss her. So she can listen to everyone's secrets while performing this task as well. See? Off. Yes. Yes. Great. And then the other task that we also teach them is we teach them touch, which is when Bee will, very similar to what you saw with Warwick, she'll use her nose to tap the person either on their hand or their leg. Bee, touch. Yes. Touch. Yes. Very nice. Freak. And the last one is one that she was going to be laying on the ground for. We call it settle. And it is just a way for her client to kind of get up too close. Very nice. And then once she's in position, you can get very close. You can pat her. And again, like I said, you can whisper all your secrets to her. She'll listen. And she'll stay here as long as the child is laying next to her.
Thank you, Melissa. And so just so everybody is aware, so Melissa, who just did the demonstration with Bee, she will be receiving 2 of the dogs that are turning in today. Dana will also be receiving 2 of the dogs turning in today. And then our other trainer, Eli, is unfortunately not here today, but he will be receiving 2 as well. So puppy raisers who are here, we will let you know later on when we do the handoff for the leash, and then you'll be able to meet the trainers. So now I have the honor of introducing Ashley with Cisco. I actually was Lindsay, I'm so sorry. Lindsay, I was like, that felt wrong. Lindsay with Cisco. Yes, so Cisco was placed in Ashland, so there's my mix up there. I actually was a co-raiser for Cisco, so I have not yet met you yet, and I'm very excited to see you today. But I'm going to hand this over to her so that she can give a little speech.
If I blow this, my name is Ashley. So I'm going to preface this with I'm a detective for the Ashland Police Department. Cisco's our new facility dog. I prepared a little bit of a speech because Cisco is just so impactful to us. I am going to try. I had some people that aren't in public safety go over it and say, you shouldn't say that stuff. So I'm going to try, and I see some kiddos in here, so I'm going to try to maybe skip over some parts, but I tried to leave all the gory stuff out, so just a trigger warning. So like I said, I'm a detective for the Ashland Police Department. Most of my caseload is major persons crimes, so anything violent assaults and that kind of thing. Cisco's main job here is for our mental health support, as well as for when I'm interviewing survivors of violent crimes. So much of the tasks you just saw, settle, lap, visit, those are the same kind of things he does. He is also very good at laying right in the walking path. He loves that. And he will settle for so long or lap for so long that he starts snoring on the survivors. So, all right, here we go. So at the age of 18, I began my career in public safety. I started out as a firefighter for a small rural agency. I would work at the fire department, the college, and attend classes. Soon after being hired, I responded to my first fatal car accident. This was an older gentleman in an older pickup who went head-on into a tree. I spent hours extracting the man from the car. After leaving the scene, I went straight to the college, stressed because I was late. I remember sitting through meetings thinking how bizarre it was that I was sitting here, still able to smell everything from the scene, surrounded by people who had no idea what I had just done. Of course, as the meeting ended, the wreck was on the news, and people immediately began to ask me questions about the scene that I absolutely did not want to answer, but couldn't get out of my head. Years later, my closest family members showed up at my fire department. It was my birthday, and I thought they were there to surprise me. I opened the door excited, not realizing for an absurd amount of time that they had clearly been in an accident outside of cell service, and flagged down a stranger who brought them to the fire department. Don't worry, this isn't a Lifetime movie. They're all fine. Everyone. Not long after the wreck, my brother joined the military and left me with the greatest gift he ever could, a gentle giant, the biggest, sweetest, and calmest German Shepherd named Kimber. She quickly became my best friend and my greatest support. Eventually, I left the fire service and began my stint as an EMT on an ambulance. This was fast-paced work, call to call, And while most calls were run-of-the-mill, my years on the ambulance were still filled with many traumatic scenes. We'll skip that part. At the end of every day, I could go home and I could sleep because Kimber was next to me. While I didn't yet feel comfortable talking to humans about my experiences, Kimber would hear them all and provide all the calming support I needed. Unexpectedly one night, I was dispatched to what came out as an overdose. Out in the woods we drove, waiting for law enforcement to tell us it was safe to enter. When we were called in, the officer, appearing somewhat frantic, told us the person was in the bedroom. As I entered the house, I was shoulder checked by a male in handcuffs, babbling with no clue what I was walking into. Unfortunately, there in the bedroom, I found a young woman, and that male is now spending his life in prison. The scene forced me to face things I had witnessed and to speak to professionals. I had people in mental health briefs tell me that it obviously didn't bother me as much because I wasn't as vocal as others. And on the flip side, I had therapists tell me my story gave them nightmares and they couldn't stop crying since meeting with me. If it weren't for Kimber, I'm not sure I would have made it through facing trauma repeatedly and trying again and again until I found a counselor who actually helped me. I spent years healing and becoming a healthier, better version of myself before moving into law enforcement. I knew from the beginning of my law enforcement career, I wanted to be a peer supporter and help those who work alongside me. I wanted people to know from the very start of their career that they could face these demons head on and work through trauma in a healthy fashion. I wanted to help my friends who I had watched break and break again from the traumas they had seen. I learned quickly that many people were like me, not wanting to speak about the experiences into existence. Some people were unable to speak to me because of rank or other professional reasons. While I could support some, I couldn't get through to everyone and knew there had to be another support I could find to provide. Early on in my career as a detective, I had a lot of unfortunate cases involving young children. And in one of those cases, I came home and found that my sweet Kimber had passed away unexpectedly in her sleep. She died of old age, comfortably in her bed. This was the most difficult challenge I ever faced, but I knew I would get through it. Over all those years providing her quiet support, I realized that I could heal, that I could keep going, and I understood how resilient we can be with unconditional love and acceptance. All she had to do was be by my side, and she did just that day after day. I spent a very long time healing from this loss. As I healed, I realized how incredibly powerful Kimber's love, loyalty, and quiet support truly was. When I was ready, I began to seek out information on therapy dogs and facility dogs. I came upon Dogs for Better Lives, learned about facility dogs, and knew this was the right path for me. I knew a facility dog would be life-changing for myself, my coworkers, and survivors of violent crimes. I needed a trained dog that could provide support to peers and survivors alike to make this program work. I created a proposal for my police department, applied for Dogs for Better Lives, and was fortunate enough to be gifted Cisco. Cisco has already made a drastic impact on the Ashland Police Department. Every day, PD staff sees Cisco and they become a little lighter. The highest ranking officers, I won't name drop, but the chief of police. The quietest officers who come off the toughest, and the officers you would least expect, all come down to Cisco's level, play with him, and leave with a smile. Cisco is an unbiased support to all. He does not care about rank, lifestyle, or looks. Instead, he brings his calming presence into the room and makes every situation a little bit better. I'm just one of many first responders with countless stories. I, like all those I work with alongside, signed up to help people. When we help people, we give a little piece of ourselves. We change whether we want to or not. Cisco gives us little pieces of ourselves back every single day. Cisco heals the helpers. Cisco would not be possible without Dogs for Better Lives and the team that has supported him along the way. Cisco could not work without having been raised by volunteer puppy raisers, trained for countless hours, and then given to those that needed him most. I can never say thank you enough. Thank you for giving me one of life's greatest gifts. Thank you for helping me on my journey to heal myself and others, and thank you for healing the helpers.
Thank you so much. I think we could be done. I don't know how we follow that. We do want to actually follow that with another story of one of our working teams. we have a video here, and this team is also local here in Grants PS. We have Carrie and Misty.
Hi, my name is Carrie, and I'm the Executive Director of the Children's Advocacy Center of Josephine County, and this is my partner, Misty, and she works here as well. Here at the Children's Advocacy Center, we see children for all types of abuse, and so I talk to children about things that have happened in their lives, and we follow that child's court case throughout the entirety, and we offer therapy services and also medical examinations and to support that child's statement. As the forensic interviewer, you're not the one that's going to comfort the child. You can't really do that in the moment, and you can't really give children hugs when you want to, but Misty's always there with a big hug. And it just brings a lot of lightness to a very dark time in a child's life. I think that her superpower is seeing what kids need her. We had a child that came through our doors, and immediately she was just full of tears and had no support. Misty noticed right away, and Misty did not leave her side for a second. And the girl was in the interview room, and I had to leave the interview room for a moment. So I left Misty in there with her, and I heard the girl tell Misty, and she was kind of sitting with her like this, and the girl was hugging her, and she said, "Why do you love me so much? I just met you." But it was just like a piece of security for that young girl that she didn't have, and we couldn't provide for her, and Misty could provide like the comfort that she needed in that moment to feel like somebody was there for her. And then every morning she's just so great to come to work to, and she just has been a comfort to all of us. I think we've all bonded with her. We all feel like she's our dog, and I think all the kids that come through feel like she's their dog. I tell everybody to do it. I say it's a very easy process. They train us to work with the dog, so we did like a week-long training over at Dogs for Better Lives, training me to be a good partner for her. It's such an incredible nonprofit and the work that they do. So I think with Misty, she's been such a huge impact already to the children here that we serve, and she's just going to keep making that impact for years to come with the support of Dogs for Better Lives. They've been super supportive throughout our journey with Misty so far, and we'll continue that journey with them.
So next, we are going to recognize our fabulous breeder caretakers, and we have a very special person here to do that, Corinne Levy, our National Director of Breeding and Canine Health.
Thank you, Gwen.
So I have this, like to, introduce you to some very incredible dogs as well as volunteers that I have the privilege of working with on a daily basis. Dogs for Better Lives began its service dog breeding program in 2018 with the goal to increase the number of qualified dogs that would have a higher likelihood of becoming a DBL working dog. So building on decades of research and through international collaborations with other purpose-bred working dog schools, as well as Assistance Dogs International's breeding cooperative, DBL only selects dogs for breeding that demonstrate the qualities needed to produce healthy, confident, and resilient puppies. DBL breeding dogs are truly the best of the best. They are carefully selected based on exceptional health, temperament, trainability, and comprehensive genetic screenings. So you see these dogs that we're placing, a lot goes into them. Once we select a female breeder, she is placed within a very loving home of an exceptional volunteer. Now, if you've never heard of the role of a breeder caretaker, the job description sounds pretty simple. Welcome a dog into your home and raise a litter of puppies. In reality, it's more like being a maternity nurse, a daycare provider, a housekeeper, a sleep-deprived parent, all while being outnumbered by puppies.
These volunteers are the first step in a DBL puppy's journey to becoming a service dog. They help the moms through whelping, care for newborn puppies around the clock, provide love and socialization that help puppies grow into confident future service dogs. So today we'd like to recognize our active breeders. We have Dove, a lovely golden retriever with the Lamka family in Arizona, Riley with Cat Quintana right here in Medford, Lily with Lisa Aiken, and we'd also like to celebrate Pacific, a female yellow lab, as she welcomed her first litter 2 days ago, 20 minutes up the road, with her caretakers, Jenny and Ryan Peterson. So welcome to the world of puppies, puppy laundry, and puppy chaos. But today we'd also really take a moment to recognize the moms of a lot of these puppies. So we have 4 puppies, 4 breeders that are retiring today. We have Cider, a female lab golden cross, who is with Heather Van Hooser up in Vancouver, Washington. We have Autumn with Nancy Tenley in California. Frosty, as well as her team of supporters that includes Paula Boston, Krista Pollock, Carissa Morales, and a special thank you to Laura, a female black lab, and her caretakers, David and Kenny Tuckerman, with help from Nancy Tenley. Very sadly, Kenny Tuckerman passed away earlier this year, and he's one of the most kind and upbeat people you would ever meet. He adored being a breeder caretaker. Laura here is retiring today. Her puppies are going out to their puppy raisers, and Laura will be retiring with her puppy raisers, Pam and Gerard Brown from New York. And they will also be raising one of Laura's puppies from this litter. So the circle continues. So this group of 4 retiring breeders has a combined total of 11 litters of puppies that totals 89 puppies. So many thanks to their caretakers. The puppies, all of these puppies got the best possible start, and their legacy at Dogs for Better Lives will be felt for many years to come. Whether it's late night puppy checks, endless cleanups, somehow finding 6 puppies where there were only 3 a moment ago, our breeder caretakers handle it all with patience, love, and good humor. So to our breeder caretakers, past, present, and future, thank you for opening your homes, sharing your hearts, and helping make our mission possible. We truly couldn't do it without you. Thank you. We have a So now we have a short slideshow, and then the breeders that are here would love to have you join me after this slideshow. David, would you like to come up? So these 2 girls are actually sisters, and we have some of the puppies turning in today, and then Lily has some puppies present today. So David would like to thank you for all of your hard work as the caretaker, and same to Lisa. And then we have puppy Kenny. We'd love to bring him up. I think he was here not a moment ago. Literally just departed. David, we'd like to introduce you to puppy Kenny. So there we go. We're looking forward to following Kenny's progress as he enters the DBL puppy raising program, and hopefully is a working dog in about a year.
Great.
All right, so we're moving on to our puppy raisers. So the puppies are now 8 weeks of age and they've moved into our volunteer homes. Puppy raisers went through all those memes. They've had a great year with a puppy, and now you get to give it back to us. Thank you very much. So I think many of you know we have added a member to the Dogs for Better Lives staff team. I'm going to have Stephanie Sherwood come up and just say hi to everyone. So Stephanie is our National Puppy Program Manager. Anything?
Hello, I've met some of you, but not all of you, and I'm so glad to be here today. And just a little background about me is that I actually worked here in 1994. This is totally dating me to say that, but when it was Dogs for the Deaf. So I worked here for just 1 year, and then I proceeded to go to Guide Dogs, and I worked for Guide Dogs for many, many years up until now, when I came back full circle and returned here, not to Dogs for the Deaf, because it's now Dogs for Better Lives, but it's just really great to be back here and to be in this area and to be involved with people and dogs again in a different location. And so it's just a full circle. So I'm just so glad to be here and so glad to be working with everybody and meeting everybody in the future. Thank you.
And we are glad to have you. So of the dogs turning in to the West Campus in June, we have 6. 2 of them are not able to be here today, but we'll still talk about their puppy raisers and those dogs. So we'll start with Jill, who raised Halligan. Jill is someone who's been a volunteer puppy raiser for many, many, many years. And over the course of many, many years, she's raised many, many puppies, and needless to say, she's changed many, many lives. I've known her and her commitment to puppy raising and volunteering for service dog organizations from when she was living in Chicago to when she bought an RV and lived everywhere in the country. I don't know if that sounds like anyone else we know in this room. Where'd she go? She's running away. And she has now settled in Oregon, and we are so grateful that we brought her onto the Dogs for Better Lives team as a volunteer puppy raiser. Jill had a scheduling conflict, so she's not here today, but Halligan is here in the kennel, and his trainer is ready to start working with him. And we so appreciate having Jill as a part of our team. Another littermate, as it would be, a dog named Hero, was raised by the Shin family, and also they weren't able to be here today. Hero was raised in the Bay Area of California by this wonderful family. They learned about puppy raising while looking for volunteer opportunities for their children. When we asked the family about their puppy raising experience, they had this to say: raising Hero was definitely challenging at its moments, but it's been so rewarding. He became a total neighborhood celebrity with people stopping by just to say hi. Most of all, Hero brought our family so much closer together. He really taught us the value of patience, and we're proud of him and grateful to be a part of his journey. Hero is also a namesake for one of our loyal donors and supporters, our crypto partner, which changed its name recently, so I don't know if I have the right name. Is it Pause for Buddies? Something like that? Bonk? We'll just go with Bonk. So please join me in thanking the Shin family for all they do. And then also, not to be left out, but Hero also turned in early, so he got to spend 3 months with the amazing Amelia that you met earlier, and also with a foster who's local here, Jordan and Hallie. All right, I guess we get to talk about Brooke, Brian, and Cooper. Come on up. You're going to make your dad come up, right? Yeah. As all of you may know, Brian was previously our CEO here at DBL and also my boss. That contingency was still in effect. This introduction may have gone differently than it's going to go now. That's mostly a joke. Honestly, I feel like we played a different trick on Brian and his family in April of last year. in April of last year, we participated in the Pear Blossom Parade, and we were the Grand Marshals. It was a very fun event. And we wanted as many dogs as we could possibly have, walking in that parade. And so Brian was like, well, Brooke's going to go, right? And so we're like, oh, we have this great dog. Brooke, will you walk Misty in the parade? And she's like, yeah, I will. And then she said, Dad, can we raise a puppy? And being the good parent that he is, he said yes. And enter, here we have Cooper. Let's see. Yes, fast forward 16 months, and Brian and Brooke are returning Cooper for training. We are grateful for all that Brian did during his 8 years as CEO, and we're especially grateful that he brought Brooke into our DBL family as well as a puppy raiser. So with that, Stephanie would like to hand you your certificate, and we have these magnets that say the dog's name so that you can put that on your refrigerator and think of the puppy you raised. Thank you, Brian, Williams family, and we wish you the best. We're going to miss you here in Oregon. So stay in touch. All right, Karen with Charlie. No. So Karen shared a few words with us about raising Charlie. I knew the first time I saw that adorable little face that I was going to be in trouble. Charlie has been a joy and a challenge, and while at times I doubted I was up to the task, he filled my and my two cats' lives with so much energy and sweetness. He is Mr. Happy, and he will make special the life of some very lucky person. Thank you for letting me spend the past year with him. You're welcome. Thank you for doing it. Words from Dogs for Better Lives about Karen. Selflessness comes naturally to Karen. Karen is a retired nurse and spent a career caring for others. In retirement, her dedication to others continues as Karen spends time volunteering in the community for her local CASA as a court-appointed special advocate helping children in the court system. With Karen's spirit of community and service to others, it's no surprise that she became a puppy raiser, once again dedicating her time so that someone else will have a better chance at a positive outcome. Please join me in thanking Karen for raising Charlie. Not right now. Right. Thank you. Debbie and Kathy with Goose, come on up. Yay. Debbie and Kathy are everyday examples of the phrase teamwork makes the dream work. Like a well-oiled puppy raising machine, they have everything figured out and work seamlessly together. When it comes to the puppy, they split all the responsibilities down the middle, from trips to the vet to training classes. Though I'm not sure who trains the front half of the dog and who trains the back half. Though independently, they each have the dog for only part of the time, they both put their full hearts into the mission. Debbie and Kathy have enjoyed the experience so much that they've already signed up to raise puppy number 2, a puppy you already met, one named Kenny. Oh, please join me in thanking Debbie and Kathy for all they do. Thank you, guys. Oh, and then the Sherman family with Glenda. Come on down, guys. When you live locally, not only do you get to raise puppies, help train the dogs in training, help with events, you also get asked to speak at Matriculation, so coming soon. So Glenda is the second puppy the Sherman family has raised. In addition to puppy raising, they support Dogs for Better Lives in many other ways. The entire family is no stranger to campus. Jenna and her children often volunteer with the training department, helping socialize the dogs in training around children. They have let us feature them in puppy raising videos to help raise awareness for and outreach for DBL, and they're always willing to foster an extra dog or puppy, which we seem to have on the regular. In addition, they are amazing puppy raisers. Please join me in thanking the Sherman family for all they do. And then Jenna, I'll have you, however you want to get settled.
Hey, it's matriculation day, and I think we're almost done. To be honest, I'm still not sure whether to cheer or to cry. We just heard my name is Jenna, and I'm here with my husband Kyle, and my son Cody, and my daughter Bree, and we're turning in Glenda today. And she's our second puppy. This isn't our first rodeo. We know exactly what we're going home to tonight in that quiet, empty house. I've been thinking a lot about the pieces of our daily life that are about to vanish. I'll miss having my regular foot warmer under the desk when I'm working. I'll miss having the super handy dandy crumb vacuum under the dinner table. And I'll miss her smiling face and gently wagging tail greeting me every single time I walk through the door. I'll miss my constant companion who never let me get too far out of sight. More than that, I'll miss how she knit our family together. The way my son rests his hand on her back when we're going for a walk. The way my daughter would sneak her into her bedroom and up on the bed for forbidden bed snuggles. The way my husband Kyle wrestles her on the living room floor and will sing her praises to anyone who will listen, and sometimes those who don't want to hear it either. I'll miss the friends we've made in puppy class and the community she created. There's truly nothing quite like a well-behaved puppy to bring people together. But there are a few things I won't miss. I won't miss grabbing that warm dog poo through those bags. Why are they so thin? And I definitely won't miss the little tumbleweeds of black hair that always seem to accumulate right in front of the refrigerator. But I know a lot of people look at us and wonder why we do this. Honestly, there were nights like the terrible upset tummy night that I wondered that myself. In those exhausting moments, I found inspiration in a quote that completely changed how I look at this journey. The pursuit of happiness rarely leads to happiness. True happiness isn't something you chase directly. Studies have shown over and over again that it arrives as a byproduct of something else. It comes when you find a sense of purpose. It comes when you nurture deep relationships. It comes when you serve others and push yourself to learn and grow. And isn't that the very definition of puppy raising? We do this to completely transform the life of the person who will eventually receive Glenda. We do this for the community and connections we make along the way. We do this because we love these dogs and we want to better understand them. So to everyone turning in a puppy today, or dreading the day you will, it is hard. There will be a massive hole in your heart tonight. Sit with that. Know that just because something hurts doesn't mean it isn't worth doing. Whether this is your first puppy or your 20th, the skills you learned are real. The connections you made are real. And the profound difference you've made in this world is permanent. Thank you.
And now for a brief video showing puppy pictures from all of the dogs we just met and pictures of the dogs that turned into the Northeast campus today as well. So 5 dogs were turning in there today.